Hey guys, how's it going? Joe Schmo, not just average Joe here, coming at you guys with a proposal. Alright, so I was thinking the other day, after I came back from my DC trip that I probably have told you guys about, I'm not sure. But I was thinking about a lot of my friends who were getting into yo-yoing. Not necessarily getting into it, but they were interested in it, and they were interested in a way that's different than most people who see me yo-yoing on the street. So, like, the average person, when they see me yo-yoing or any other person who does, like, a special type of skill, they're interested and they, for a sudden moment, they kind of want to learn it, but at the same time, there's that doubt of, oh, it's going to take so much time, and I have no idea how to even get started into it, it's going to cost me so much money, and this person probably has years of training that I could never accumulate in my short span of, knowing about this. And that's one of the main things that deters people from learning things like yo-yoing, kendama, balisongs, even basic stuff, well not basic, but even regular stuff like skateboarding, or even when you're younger, riding a bike. But now I've realized that some of my friends, at least the people who actually want to get into yo-yoing, I've seen how they're always asking to try it. Even one of my friends, when he came back to try my yo-yo again, he was actually able to land it on the trapeze, and that's one of the, for a beginner, it's like the hardest trick to actually transition into, especially since you're used to throwing it down and doing front mount tricks. Once you start getting to side mount tricks, especially with the first trick, the trapeze, it can be very, very difficult, and he was able to get that on, after 2 weeks of just seeing me yo-yo and trying it for the second time. So I thought that was really cool, and it was cool to think that I had actually inspired somebody to learn a new skill. It was really cool to me, so I thought, why not help them pursue the skill even more? So I think what I want to do is I want to do some tutorials. Now, I've already asked you guys about this in my last weekly throw sesh in the comments, but nobody really commented. And that's fine. There's no real reason to check the comments if nobody's really commenting, so, I didn't expect people to actually say anything, but I decided I might as well make a video asking you guys your opinion on it. So if you guys really think you want tutorials, or if you think you might need tutorials to get into yo-yoing, I'm totally open to it. And the different thing about my tutorials is, well, I'm going to be catering it all to you guys. So, of course, I'm going to give you guys knowledge of, what's the actual way to do certain stuff, but if you guys want to learn a certain amount of tricks for certain things, then I'm not going to give you that extra crappy filler stuff that most tutorial sites give you. Things like YoTricks and YoExpert, they're very great sites. I learned from YoTricks. I didn't learn all the tricks there. I can compete in a trick ladder and get actually pretty far. A trick ladder actually in a competition is basically just doing tricks until you get to a certain point, and then if you complete all the tricks, then you're basically trick ladder champion of that yo-yo contest. But not a lot of people usually compete in that. It's usually the older guys of the yo-yoing community who grew up on those tricks and are knowing all those tricks and are learning new tricks all the time. So yeah. So I decided I should make a better tutorial. A lot of other people do tutorials on certain tricks, but they do tutorials on tricks that they know and have created themselves, and I will be doing that if you guys ask specifically. But that's also kind of what the weekly throw sesh is for. The weekly throw sesh is there so that you guys can see tricks that I'm working on and tricks that I have invented and stuff like that. And if you want those tricks, you guys can see those tricks out full-fledged, and then if you want a tutorial, comment below. Say, hey, I want a tutorial on this. You may not even have to say the particular trick. Just say alright, at this point in the video, 15 minutes within this video, at this point I want to see that trick done in the tutorial, and that could be tutorial video. I think what I'm going to do is before we get into advanced stuff, I think I'm going to do the first basic tricks you have to learn, such as things like the trapeze, the front mount. Brain Scrambler, we can do that. I'm only going to touch on that a little bit, because Brain Scrambler is one of those tricks that you learn it, but you never really actually have to use it. I've learned basically all the front mount tricks, and the only real trick I actually have to use it for is another trick where I'm on the 1.5 front mount trick, which I'll tell you guys what that is later. But the Brain Scrambler is one of those filler tricks, and I think filler tricks are just there so that when you're doing a tutorial, it's just not just A, B, and C. It's they're there so that you can have like extra stuff. Like if you can't learn the trapeze right now, here, learn this trick instead. And they're all legitimate tricks. Like I encourage you to go out. I'll put some links in the description below of some yo-yo tutorial sites. But at the same time, they're not all needed. So I thought I should make a tutorial service where it's catered to the people who are watching. And another thing I want to mention is that this is only going to work with you guys. If you're not putting in some work, you're not going to get any work out of it. So this is not all to say that I can't do anything without you guys telling me what you guys want to happen, but at the same time, I'm not going to know what you guys really want to learn if you guys don't tell me. And I'm going to put, you know, some tutorial sites so you can look up some tricks and then tell me what tricks you want learned personally. Because I can do it in a way that's different than like the droning on of, oh, you do this, then you do this. I can give you some actual like practical tips and tricks, such as this trick right here. This trick, it's a whip triangle trick. Now, essentially what you're doing is you're whipping the slack of the yo-yo, and then you're catching it and it whips into this triangle shape right here, right? Do you know how long it took me to figure out that trick? Because I didn't know that what you were doing was actually pinching the string and then having the rest of the slack whip under the yo-yos. Now, you guys probably don't know exactly what slack is, or how to whip yo-yo, or you know what pinching a string really does to the string of the yo-yo, or how certain tricks affect slack. But I will tell you guys that later. But I didn't know that either, and that's why it took me so long to figure out this trick. I actually just figured out that trick 2 weeks ago, and I've been yo-yoing for basically a year now. So you can see how sometimes when you don't get the right information, or when you don't get tips and tricks from certain sources, a lot of yo-yoing can be extremely hard to learn. And yo-yoing in general is going to be hard to learn, but with my help and stuff like that, it's going to be a little bit easier for you guys to transition into the world of yo-yoing. Especially since most tutorials are just there for money. I'm not doing this for money, I'm doing this for, you know, my own purposes and for you guys. And so I just kind of want to help you guys get into this cool skill that I've acquired, and you know, have you guys learn it too. So yeah, I'm going to be doing tutorials now, but this is only to work. You guys do it. So follow me on all my social medias. They're all down below in the description. Also comment and tell me what the name of these tutorials should be. I came up with a couple of the names. I was deciding between either Yo Talk or yeah, there's tutorials. So yeah, if you guys want, just give me a suggestion for a trick you want to learn for the first 10 to 20 tricks. Maybe the basic tricks that you actually kind of need to learn in order to understand like more advanced tricks. And also a suggestion for the name of these tutorials. Like, what's the name of this new series that I'm going to be doing, if you guys think you want this to happen. So yeah, thanks for watching, like and subscribe, comment, and I will see you guys next time.